Good evening, football fans, and welcome to another edition of Three and Out, right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. This is me, your boy Larry, bringing it to you on another beautiful Monday evening. And I'll tell you what, tonight we got ourselves an NFC West matchup that is sure to quench the football thirst. But tonight, I'll tell you right now, a lot of fans were in agony this past week. Let's just be real. The Jaguars, kind of funny, I'm wearing the TLI Sports Radio shirt today. But yeah, the Jaguars look anything but competitive. The Raiders look just like how the Raiders should be looking at this point in the season. Absolutely terrible. Detroit has, at least they got a tie. I mean, a tie and a win. I mean, hey, they're happy, I guess. So, but the emotions of certain fans are just like, screw it. Talking to you Raider fans like myself. And there's other fans that are like, we got this in the bag. Now it's time to coast and let's go on to the playoffs. Looking at you, Cardinals. But then, just kidding. But I will talk about the Cardinals in this next part because, well, tonight, two teams go head-to-head that, well, the anguish of these fans is just got to be unreal. Cardinals are not sitting pretty. Though they are leading and looking strong, they know that it's fragile because, well, if anything were to go wrong these last couple of weeks, they're just trying to hold it together and be strong for the playoffs. They're trying to be healthy, but how do you be healthy when you got teams breathing down your neck like the Packers, who are horrible for a little bit versus the Bears? By the way, that onside kick was BS. I'm sorry, that was freaking BS. That was a freaking touchdown, and I was going for the Packers, but I like fair football. Anyway, with that said, the Cardinals can't sit pretty. They can't. There's no way this team can sit right now and coast. And it's kind of funny because in this situation, they should be. But this is a very, very tough situation because tonight they're facing a team who is pretty much at their end. Go ahead, disagree with me all you want to. That's what we do this media for. Go ahead, have fun disagreeing with me. But if you think this Rams team tonight can handle another loss, they will nosedive, and that's pretty much about it. The Cardinals, this is a division game. This is probably one of the biggest games of the second half of the season, and damn it, it's going to deliver tonight. You were going to see some hard freaking football played out there. The problem is it's gonna maybe not ruin, but it's gonna really hit one of these teams extremely hard this week. And well, it's gonna be a lot of fun to get into it. So, with that said, y'all, we have two teams tonight going head to head in an NFC West matchup, rivalry style here on the Monday Night Football as the Los Angeles Rams get set to take on the Arizona Cardinals. And well, we have ourselves two combatants here tonight to talk about this game. And of course, head-to-head style, just like their teams. Well, tonight is going to be a fun one. And I'll tell you right now, these two right here, let's just say their nerves are a little bit uneasy at the moment because I know mine would be. Unfortunately, my team is going to be barbecuing in a couple of weeks. However, these two teams could be cooking on the field. And well, we'll find out where they go, what they do. But tonight, there's no secret. This is a heavy game. Do not try and downplay it. This is a heavy game. And damn it, I'm glad we're going to be able to enjoy every bit of it. With that said, y'all, let's get into tonight's Primetime Face-Off. Here we go, y'all. Brought to you by the SoCal Warriors right here on Twitter. Show them some love. I'm part of this team. Semi-pro sports in your area. Please show them some love. Trust me, these players are doing so much to make it happen. And on top of that, they're just playing for the love of the game in so many different ways, so many different facets. This is an amazing, amazing thing going on. And, well, if you have some of sorts in your area, show them some love, y'all. Give them some support. And also, Kit Fremen, if you're a professional business out there, I know a lot of businesses. I know a lot of business owners. If you guys are, well, not a lot, but I do know a good amount. If you have your business and you're just in the hiring process, let Kit Fremen make it easy for you. www.bcint.com. Once again, that's at www.bcint.com. Go ahead, make your order. Let Kit Fremen help you out. Professional background checks only. So, with that said, make sure to roll on over to @3andout.is or give us a follow. We follow back. And of course, cast your vote for who you think is going to win tonight's primetime face-off. Well, sorry, who's going to win tonight's game? That is the Rams and the Cardinals. And then, of course, the guy deciding the primetime face-off. We have one judge tonight, and that's his name. Turban Patriot, of course, judging tonight's primetime face-off between these two. Who's going to win it? Who's going to make the better point for their team to win this thing tonight? We shall see. But without further ado, the primetime face-off is ready to roll. We got two combatants here, ladies and gentlemen. Starting things off, let's go ahead and representing the away team tonight. Of course, he is diehard Rams fan. Kind of funny because him and his Chargers and his Rams. It's funny. It's like a little triangle, but hey, it's all love for SoCal, man. He is the representative of Southern California here at IE Sports Radio with the SoCal Supreme Sports Show every Friday afternoon. And of course, check him out in just about, we're getting close, in just about 50 minutes here on Set Point. If you love volleyball, you want to be there. If you don't love volleyball, you still want to be there. You might learn a thing or two and actually get into it. It is an amazing game that my fat self can't play because I'm just not quick like the ladies and gentlemen who play that game. I've got football quickness, but I don't have hand-eye hitting the ground quickness, all right? Incredible sport volleyball is, and well, we're getting down to the very end of the tournament now. The toughest, the girth of this tournament is now in the NCAA tournament. You want to know more about it? This guy right here has got you covered, Mr. Teran Rodriguez. Make sure to tune in tonight, 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on IE Sports Radio on Spreaker, that is, for Set Point. Make sure to show him some love. Also, once again, he is on top of all that, he is my co-host for 3 and Out College Edition. Ladies and gentlemen, glad to have him here today, one of the COOs of IE Sports Radio. Welcome, Mr. Teran Rodriguez. What's going on, Teran? How you doing tonight, brother?
Hey, Larry B. It is great to be on here representing the Rams, and hopefully I can bring home another victory in this debate.
He's got them. He's got a few, and he's got a victory with both the Chargers and the Rams. So
actually, it's just the Rams. I tied with the Chargers one time, and then I also lost the first one.
Angela, I gotta tell you, he knocked off the undefeated Jess. Jess was undefeated, and well, he proved so many points against those Niners that he earned the victory. So, Angela, you gotta work tonight. He's gonna make you work, but if anybody knows her Cardinals, it's you. So, ladies and gentlemen, she is, of course. Let me just give her a proper introduction because I have to do this because right now we got some voting going on at IE Sports Radio. And what kind of voting is it? The freaking Hall of Fame is going on right now. Pretty cool because I should have introduced this, but Teran has like over 100 freaking accolades that it's hard for me to remember everything, okay? But Teran, of course, last year inducted into the IE Sports Radio Hall of Fame. He is a class of 2020. However, in the first ever Hall of Fame, this woman over here on this far side was inducted into the very first IE Sports Radio Hall of Fame in 2018. And kind of cool, she's actually number 2, the second person ever voted in for IE Sports Radio in the Hall of Fame. She had wowed so many people enough with her story of why she's even a hardcore Cardinals fan. I will not make her repeat it because I always do on every show. However, go back and listen to one of these episodes of 3 and Out. Trust me, it's on there. But she has an amazing story, and the Cardinals are just a class organization. And, well, it was a huge part of the reason why she loves them so much. Ladies and gentlemen, welcoming all the way from our PR department, another accolade of Teran's that I forgot to mention. He's ahead of it. But, ladies and gentlemen, welcoming, of course, all the way from our IE Sports Radio PR department, diehard Cardinals fan by way of Florida. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the woman with the red lipstick on, Miss Angela Winstead. What's going on?
Hey, Larry. It's always so good to be on with you guys.
Well, we're glad to have you.
Always a blast.
It is, and well, what's a blast is that little Twitter handle over there, AZ Cards Princess. It's a blast following that handle, especially during Cardinals games. So tonight, go ahead and please give that a follow. This right here, give this a follow, please. Give that a follow. If you think I'm bad, I mean, seriously, I'm a Raider fan who just hates my team. That's all there is to it. I love them, but I hate them so much because I can't help it because they're trash. the Cardinals are actually solid, but she screams at them the same exact way I do with the Raiders. It's comical yet satisfying. I don't know how to say it, but trust me. Go ahead and give this once again. Give this a follow now before we get to the end of the show, because you just be entertained. Be entertained. Well, the thing she says is effing hilarious, and her gifts too. By the way, she's like a gift queen. So GIFs, those little things. But anyway, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our two combatants here tonight. One judge in the house. He's actually ready to roll in the chat room here, so he's already following, as you can see. So glad to have him. So, Mr. Term Patriot, let's start this thing off, shall we? All right, y'all. Teran Rodriguez, you are the away team, brother. You will start us off here tonight, man. X Factors, you know the drill. All the shades came off and the hat stays on. Oh no, the reading specs came on. Oh, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, let's do this. Let's boogie. Teran, X Factors, and why?
So for the Rams, that is, the defense is going to have to be the key and the big X factor. The defense really has to step up, considering they're without Jalen Ramsey. I understand, but they still have Aaron Donald. Von Miller is starting to get into the fold. They have to slow down this high-powered Cardinals team who has just been outstanding this season. Offensively, they are a freaking powerhouse. The first meeting, I remember the Cardinals put up, I think, 37 points. It was somewhere near the 40s, in the high 30s. But let me tell you, the defense really is my X factor. Matt Stafford also has to have himself a big boy game. Last week does not count just because, well, it's against the Jaguars, honestly. So for me, Matt Stafford also has to step up. Cooper Kupp is going to be a big X factor just because he's the leading receiving yards leader in the NFL. And also Sony Michel has to step up. No Darrell Henderson. So Sony Michel has to tap into his inner Patriot and just chug his way when it comes to those rushing yards, because I don't know who else is going to do it. And I don't think Stafford is as mobile as Kyler Murray. So all in all, those are my X factors, but the big one is definitely the defense, just because the defense has to prove itself. And this is the game where they have to come up big, because all of the Rams' losses have come against playoff caliber teams or teams with a winning record. And the Rams themselves, they didn't only have 2 wins above 500. And that was against the Colts, which at the time they weren't 500, but now have resurged. And then the Bucks, which that was still early in the season. So I can't overly judge that. So all in all, those are my X factors.
Teran Rodriguez, brother, as always, is coming out with the fire. All right, well, it's time to hand the mic on over to Angela. Ladies and gentlemen, Angela Winstead, your X factors and why?
So I think really our X factor is going to be James Conner. Like, we have to get him the ball. We have to start running the game again. He's had phenomenal games, but they're hit or miss. We have to get him the ball. We have to keep the running game going. Our offense just needs to step up some. Finally getting Kyler back is great. You know, he was almost to himself in the Chicago game last weekend, but he's been out for 3 weeks, we need him to step completely up. Those are my main X factors, is definitely our offense and getting them clicking early. On defense, we have to get to the quarterback. I mean, we have to give some pressure so that Matt can't throw to Cooper and everyone. I'm like, sorry, just shut him down quick.
I'm totally with it, Angela. I couldn't agree more. Short and sweet, but you're so to the point because it's so correct. I'm sorry over here, guys. I'm over here fidgeting with this really cool little thing I want to show everybody real fast because, well, it's actually pretty awesome. But ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, all right, this season, last year was the first year, but this year, don't forget to head on over to www.iesportsradio.com/shop and pick up one of these little suckers, because this is absolutely incredible. I'm just saying. By the way, if you want a box that is wrapped with more rapping than you could ever imagine, you kind of want to also go pick one of these things up. Angela raps better than, seriously, she's better than the rappers today. I'm just saying, that woman gets down. So make sure to head on over to iesportsradio.com/shop. She does a phenomenal job. Once again, Christmas trees are not complete unless you have this thing hanging from it, y'all. So once again, if you love IE Sports Radio, this right here is definitely the way to go. Put a little bit of IE Sports Radio on your Christmas tree today. So roll on over there. And like I said, once again, if you just want to, I mean, honestly, do it for the Christmas bulb, and also do it for the laugh, because I'm telling you, you will never get something with more rapping on it. I will tell you right now, and it's a good thing. I'm gonna say, my fiance does that. She'll like wrap a gift card in like 50 packages. Well, it's kind of funny because someone else now that I know does that, and that's Angela. So with that said, but it's okay. It's fragile. So. Oh, by the way, well, in the chat room, by the way, big ups to Turban Patriot. There you go, Angela. An order is now filled.
Sweet.
So you'll be having to send one of these out pretty soon here, Angela. So yeah, if you guys are once again showing love, man, get in the Christmas season with IE Sports Radio. You don't want to be without one of these things, y'all. So tonight, my fiance and I are decorating our little Charlie Brown Christmas tree, as she calls it. I didn't even know what that was until she gave me the name. I'm sure both of you knew what that was. I was under a rock.
You've never seen Charlie Brown?
Yes, I've seen it. I just didn't know that's what they call the Charlie Brown Christmas tree, a little Christmas tree. I did not know that. Forgive me, okay? I'm sorry if all I watch is football all the time, okay? So I'm sorry, Angela. I'm sorry, okay? Look like a freaking bobblehead. Okay, with that said, all right, Teran, dude, you're like mimicking Shaft right now. He's just in the zone, just the head, he's just ready. He's got the RoboCop going. So, all right. Well, round one is in the books. On to the fire round now. So, Teran, you know you like talking crap on this team. Angela, Lord, don't get her going on talking crap, because we may not finish the show. So, with that said, I mean, we will, but it'll still be going. Just Angela. Anyway, with that said, Teran, what are the weaknesses on the Cardinals that you feel your Rams can expose to win this thing tonight? What you got for us?
I think one of the weaknesses for the Cardinals might be their offensive line. And now that's a big might, because they're going to have to deal with Von Miller and Leonard Floyd and Aaron Donald, just because they're going to want to the Rams are going to want to get pressure on Kyler Murray, and they're also going to want to slow down James Conner. Angela atoned to this, that James Conner has had some big games for the Cardinals this year, and he's been a great addition after Kenyon Drake departed. And the Rams as a whole, they need to get pressure. They can't afford to let Kyler Murray off the hook and let him scramble for like big chunk plays, because obviously Murray could go for the home run ball, and I could really see him doing that, just because without Jalen Ramsey, that could lead to DeAndre Hopkins getting more targets. But for the Rams, obviously D-Hop's going to get his. Obviously, DeAndre Hopkins is going to get his targets. He's going to get his receptions, but it's all about limiting him. Make Kyler try to throw it to someone else, such as Zach Ertz or someone, or just hand it off to James Conner for like dink and dumps and whatnot. So all in all, for the Rams, I think if they force Kyler to scramble early and force him into a few incompletions, it's going to be a good time. And then obviously the offense can score whenever they want. They have the potential to. It's just that they keep getting stuck in quicksand. And I expect Matt Stafford to put on his big boy pants, because the schedule only gets tougher for the Rams. I know next week they have the Seahawks, but Seahawks are kind of fighting for their lives, and it's a divisional match. Anything can happen, just like anything can happen tonight. So all in all, for the Rams, they have to get pressure on Kyler Murray. I think Kyler's going to be running around a lot, and once they get him gassed, he's going to most likely maybe make a few mistakes, because you can't play a perfect game. Like, nobody can really play a perfect game without getting sacked.
Wow, Angela, he's basically saying that this young man, Kyler Murray, needs to be running for his life. And there's a guy on this defensive line. I'm just going to point this out. There's a dude on the defensive line of the Rams who's, I don't know. He's okay. He's okay. He's all right at football. He's semi-decent. I mean, he's probably going to be a Hall of Famer one day. But yeah, no, he's kind of known for eating quarterbacks like a, bowl of cereal. However, you got 5 hog mollies over there that can, that are going to do their damnedest to slow him down tonight. So with that said, great point made, and I agree there, Teran. Now, Angela, go ahead and respond to what Mr. Teran has said, and on top of that, give us your weaknesses on the Rams that you figure Cardinals can expose to win tonight.
Look, we all know Kyler likes to run. I mean, man is like Forrest Gump over there, just runs and runs and runs. And while yes, the Rams have some good defensive players, we also have quite a few as well. So our defense needs to get hungry, and we need to hold Matt Stafford. 3 and outs, long fields. We cannot afford to give them short yardage or we're done for. I mean, that we've noticed that game after game, time after time. Honestly, our run defense needs to step it up. So we have to slow down the runs. We have to be the best Cardinals that we know how to be. And for some reason on national stage, we like to just go and play cards and Uno on the sideline and not pay attention. So unfortunately, I would like for this game to be a change and us to actually learn how to play. So yeah, look, we got to get to Matt. Got to stop the run game as well.
Really, it is pretty, I mean, point made, but very, very simple little recipe there. I mean, at the end of the day, this Rams defense they're gonna be hungry. And they know that right now you have 2 offenses that can actually get it done. I mean, for anybody out there who thinks that either of these offenses aren't strong, I mean, they may not be the number 1 offense in the freaking NFL. I mean, you can argue because the Cardinals have an extremely explosive offense, but just because the Rams have been, somewhat, I don't know, that they've been so up and down this year, but doesn't mean if you relax on this team, they're going to make you pay. So that's why tonight, I honestly feel like the Cardinals defense is going to step up to the plate. And I really think, and I apologize if either of you disagree with me here, we might have a lower scoring game than people think. I feel like tonight these defenses know that it's going to be on them, because once these offenses break, man, it's going to be like when you're drinking beer and they call it breaking the seal and you can't stop pissing. I seriously feel it's going to be like that. Once the formula has, I'm just saying, I don't drink beer, but I'm just saying, I don't drink. But I will say, you guys, that I just feel like
all too well. Keep going.
Was that Angela?
I know breaking the seal feeling all too well.
Well, I just kind of feel like that, you guys. I kind of feel like once the formula has been processed by either of these defensive coordinators, they're going to run with it. So it's going to be defensive minded tonight. Like, it's just going to we have to stop this offense is what both of these coordinators, and of course, we get it. That's the object of the game. But tonight there's a little extra ump on it, because I feel like once they find that formula out, it can get ugly. So I seriously feel like tonight these 2 teams are playing like the Super Bowl, because we kind of have to play like it, because if you don't, this can be major. The Cardinals can afford the loss. However, how deep will they? And trust me, I've been playing this game for a very long time. Players, we thrive on film. Oh my gosh, we thrive. Film is what you want. You want film. And tonight, it depends how hard this Rams, even in a losing effort, the Rams can expose the Cardinals, because once again, they were going to make this Cardinals team go so deep into that playbook tonight with this defense. And I feel like it's going to be vice versa too. But the Rams, sorry, Teran, they're in a little bit of a crappier situation, because, they're still fighting to get in and stay and all that bit. The Cardinals, well, you can't necessarily afford to be giving up everything you have you know, and on top of that, how hard are these players going to be going? I mean, you go hard every single game, but you don't want to risk injuries, especially for those guys that make it happen. Because through the playoffs, we've all seen it. Players can be amazing for the regular season. Somebody gets hurt, and well, guess what? They're out in the first round. So you know what I mean? So it's incredible. Right now is a very crazy time in these last couple of weeks, especially with a rivalry game like this that has a little extra pow in it. And then on top of that, you guys, we have just the situation of these teams is awesome. So great stuff there. So Teran, go ahead and respond. And on top of that, we have the lightning round coming on up right after us. Go ahead and respond to Angela. And then, of course, give us your game plan, brother. Time to put on the coach's hat. I like your hat, by the way. He's got the coach's beanie on tonight. So with that said, Teran, of course, respond to Angela. And then what is your game plan for the Rams to beat the Cardinals tonight?
So my little game plan for the Rams tonight is, well, first of all, Angela makes some good points. I admit that. But I think one thing you need to factor in is that the Cardinals are coming off of a bye, and that could factor into the rest versus rust thing. And yes, it's good coming off of a bye, but however, what's the Cards' record when they come off of a bye? I don't even know. So
it's not good.
Well, that could be troublesome. So as for the Rams, I'm just going to say this. They have been up and down when it comes to primetime. They had those 2 wins over the Bears and the Seahawks, one of which the Seahawks lost Russell Wilson. So it was looking good, and then the other 2 primetime games against the 49ers and the Titans were just complete train wrecks. So as for this game, for the Rams, this is crucial for them just because if they lose tonight, they'll be 8-5, and they'll only be a half game ahead of the 49ers going into week 15. And when it comes to that wild card spot, and the Rams know they have to put all the chips on the table if they want to make a big profit. They're going to have to not only just call what the Cardinals have to offer, but they're going to have to raise them up tenfold. And like I said, Matt Stafford needs to have a great game. He cannot afford another pick 6. He cannot afford to be going 3 and out every so often. He just can't. He has to prove that he is amongst the elite. There's a reason why he's top 5 in receiving or passing yards for a reason. And if he doesn't, then the Rams are going to be going south. Also, if the Rams do somehow lose, they will have the same record as the Chargers, which everyone thought that the Chargers weren't going to be as good as the Rams. So now the other shoe could be on, or the shoe is going to be on the other foot. And also, I need to make note of this, is that Kyler Murray, I don't know how Kyler Murray is doing after his little injury, but it looks like I'm still going to maybe use that as an X factor. I don't know if he's 100%. All I know is that Cooper Kupp doesn't have an injury designation with his toe, so I don't think he's going to be too worried. Also, keep an eye out for Van Jefferson, as Van is kind of like that decoy that everyone thinks he's not going to get a whole lot of yards, but then he just piles on the yards. Like, I think he's kind of the unsung hero when it comes to the receiver core. And then maybe Odell Beckham Jr. might get some receiving yards. Not quite sure on that because he still needs to gel, but let's just hope he's kind of revived. So the game plan is just put pressure on the Cardinals early and often defensively, turn that into offense, limit the mistakes, limit D-Hop, and make sure Kyler kind of gets fatigued at every point of the game. And also, got to get Sony Michel involved. Got to make him relive his Patriot days. So that's pretty much my game plan.
No, amazing. And I completely agree. You threw in an extra for us right there. Sony Michel is actually, I don't understand how some people can say that he's gone backwards. The guy's still himself. He's still a damn good running back. And just because the Patriots said we're through with you doesn't mean he can't be dangerous somewhere else. So yeah, great stuff. I'll have the shades go back on for Teran. So good stuff, man. Wonderful work. All right. So with that said, Angela, you know the drill. Go ahead and respond to Teran if you'd like. And then, of course, give us your game plan for your Cardinals to knock off these Rams tonight. What you got?
Well, we all know how I hate primetime games, my boys, but, you know, yep, Go ahead, shake your head. Y'all know I hate it. First of all, I'm not hungover, so we're gonna lose because I'm not struggling. Got it. But we honestly, our boys have to come out and play like this is week 1. We are 0-1 or 0-0. We want to become 1-0. I mean, that's kind of the thought every game is that you have to play the next game like the last game didn't exist. Kyler last weekend against the Bears, obviously was against the Bears, was showing some signs of being back to normal. I personally think he was like 80, 90%. We have to get him back at 100%. Again, with D-Hop, got to get him back into the swing of things. I mean, yeah, he had a few catches, but we relied so much on our run game against the Bears that we can't do that against the Rams. I mean, I would love to have our run game. I would love to have 6 for 6, almost all the touchdowns, but we can't. Like, we have to open up our wide receiving core. We have to make sure that not just D-Hop is getting, but we've got Christian Kirk getting, AJ Green's getting catches, Zach Ertz is getting catches. I mean, hello, we brought in Zach Ertz to help. We have weapons. We need to use them. You know, we can't sit there and just say, oh, you know, D-Hop's the only one on the team. That's like last couple of years, everybody's saying, oh, Fitz hasn't gotten enough catches. He's not the only guy on the team. And, like, we have to take advantage of, yeah, I get Jalen's not going to be out, is not going to be in. He's out, but they're still going to have their guys on D-Hop. So we need to make sure that we have, you know, we get our receivers working. Our defense has got to stay on Matt Stafford. Yeah, one game at a time, absolutely. I mean, look, we lose this game, we're 10-3. We're sitting there with Green Bay. Let's all just make note of the fact that no one has given Arizona the credit that we deserved the entire season, and that is perfectly freaking K with me. We'll show.
You know,
show.
I'm sorry to cut you off there, Angela. I don't want to cut off your speaking there, but you're absolutely right. Now, I know I came into the end of the face-off saying this is kind of a scary situation, but this would be me with anybody, because even the Patriots themselves in their heyday, it's just management. Like, that's why Bill is so damn good at what he does. This is a hard situation because no matter how good you are throughout the whole season, these last couple of weeks is like, I'll tell you what right now.
This is make it or break it, basically.
It is. And Angela, I'll tell you right now, let my Raiders sorry. If they ever we're not going to be that way. But if the Raiders ever were to be, okay, with the record you guys have right now, I mean, anybody would just say, like, can we get started the playoffs now? You know what I mean? Can we not play these last couple of games? Like, how you feel? Like you don't want anything bad to happen. So no. I'm with you. So that's why I always approach these games like, oh my gosh, like, you need to, these are must, like, conserve yet still victories, because you have teams like the Packers breathing down your throat. So I agree, but really fast, I got to say you're absolutely right. 100% the Cardinals. You expect the Packers to be out there. You expect the Patriots to still be strong with Bill. You expect teams that have been solid.
Tampa Bay is right there too.
Absolutely. Well. Tampa Bay, you expect them to be good. However, in 2008, that was the last time the Cardinals were actually a solid football team. A very good team.
2015, we made the playoffs. We lost to the Panthers in a horrible game in Carolina to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Don't even.
Forgot about that game. You're absolutely right.
Cam Newton.
I'll tell you, man. This Cardinals team has seen the good, the bad, and the ugly within a decade. And I'll tell you right now, this is a good football team tonight. And you know what? Really, it's how well can they not only manage these players, but how well can you win football games and still feel like you didn't spend your team, in time to get to the playoffs. So that's the hard part. This is the toughie.
The good news is, should we go to the playoffs, more than likely we're going to have JJ Watt back, which is tough because the last time we played the Rams, we had JJ. We don't have him now. I mean, he's out. So literally, Jordan Hicks has to step up. Chandler Jones has to get back to where he was. Our front line has to be, because we don't have JJ.
No, I agree. And he's got to get healthy, which he's on his way. But Teran, you want to go ahead and comment on her game plan? And then, of course, that is the face-off in the books. We'll wait for our final score here from our judge here tonight. So, Teran, final comments, and then give us a final score. And then, of course, Angela, right back to you. Final score if you'd like, and we'll call this thing.
So, for the Rams, like I said, this is a big game for them. They have to come up big. And if they lose, their grip on the top wildcard spot, a.k.a. the 5th seed, will start to loosen, especially when they have to play the 49ers a second time around. And they have not really had good luck against the 49ers in years past, which is actually disappointing, but it is what it is. And they've also got the Vikings on their radar. They're kind of an up and down team. The Ravens are also, their situation is iffy depending on what happens with Lamar Jackson. And the Seahawks are going to try to going to have one last gasp. So all in all, for the Rams, they know what's at stake here, and everyone has to basically be all in at this point because they went from Super Bowl contender to meh contender to possibly a dark horse in the span of certain weeks because they don't have that standout victory other than the Tampa Bay game. They have not had a standout victory since week number 3 against Tampa Bay, and they are long overdue for that because beating these bottom feeder teams like the Lions, the Giants, the Jaguars, it's not going to get you anywhere. And the Texans got to throw them out there too. Like, you have to beat the true contenders if you want to be contenders. And the Rams definitely need to right the ship. A win would get them closer to the NFC West top spot. And more importantly, it would keep the 49ers off their trail as well. So the Rams know what's at stake here. And this is their moment that they have to come up big. And also, they've won 8 out of 9 against the Cardinals. I know the last time the Cardinals and Rams met, that snapped the 8-game winning streak with McVay over the Cardinals. But this time, McVay has to call a perfect game. He has to play chess where Arizona has to play checkers and whatnot. Cliff Kingsbury, and also this is basically student versus master part 2. Sean McVay has to prove that the first go around was because they weren't ready. This time they have to be ready. So no team is safe. It's any given day. And I think the Rams have to come in with a clear eyes, full heart, can't lose attitude. Otherwise, they could be going down further than the 5 seed. Because the way I see it, if they get that 5 seed, I can see them beating the Cowboys. And this is no knock on the Cowboys, but I can see them beating the Cowboys. Now, the Bucs a second time is definitely questionable, and then they will not beat Green Bay at Green Bay. Like, you saw what happened last year in the playoffs. No, they lost. You saw what happened this year when the Rams played Green Bay at Green Bay. Nope. So the Rams pretty much are starting to lose control of their destiny, but a few wins here and there and a little bit of momentum, and then they should be getting back to their winning ways. And more importantly, they should be getting back to getting their confidence back because, again, it only gets tougher from here on out.
Well, there you have it, man. So, Angela, Teran, final score. Angela, final thoughts, final score.
Oh, yeah, I forgot the final score. So, on the SoCal Supreme Sports Show, I truthfully, and I cannot deny this, I had the Cardinals winning 34-31. But then giving it some thought, I'm thinking the Rams are playing with house money here. They don't have much to lose other than being only a full game on the 49ers. The Cardinals, on the other hand, if they lose, they would pretty much slip under the Packers because, remember, the Packers defeated the Cardinals back in, I want to say it was like week 8 or something. It was on Thursday Night Football.
On a crappy call, yes.
Yeah, it was. And then also the Bucks are still lurking around as well. So the Cards seem to have more to lose than the Rams, whereas the Rams will most likely will basically not win the NFC West, which is fine because the NFC West is competitive. I don't think anyone predicted any of this would happen. I don't think anybody predicted the Cards being on top. So my final score for this game, 31-27, the Rams are winning it. And I think the defense, it's going to be somewhat of a shootout. I think the defense isn't going to be as crisp as weeks past, but I think the defense will do just enough to get the job done.
I completely agree with what needs to happen and with all the good stuff there. However, that the winning team is still hard for me. So I love it. Good stuff there, but damn it, it's hard to. So, Angela, final thoughts, final score.
Final thoughts. I'm gonna make it short, sweet, to the point. We'll have an after show on Twitter. By the way, just join in. You know, the three of us, I have a feeling, are gonna be tweeting about this game all day.
Once I'm done with the second win.
But final short, sweet, to the point thoughts. We have to win. I mean, there's no ifs, ands about it. We have to win. We have to. First of all, we can't come out and say, oh, we're number one, and get all this hype and fame into our heads. We got to come out, relax, keep our composure, play football like we know how to play, like we've done for the last 13 weeks. Yes, I was counting the bias, not counting the bye. Okay. Yes, 13 weeks. And, don't do dumb stuff. Like, I know that's really bad to say, but that Carolina Panthers game, I don't know if y'all watched it, but it was very embarrassing on the dumb, stupid stuff we did. Like, it was just stupid. Like, I'm pretty sure my 10-year-old niece could have done better stuff than what we were doing on the field. And she plays soccer, okay? Like, it was just dumb stuff. So we've got to play smart. We have to be smart about it. We can't afford stupid penalties. Keep your hands to yourself when you're supposed to have them to yourself. Just Cliff, don't go out there and start a fight again with dumb players. I mean, be smart. Be smart, guys. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I'm not going higher than in the 20 range.
Yeah.
On either team. Yes, I want my Cardinals to win. Do I think we're going to win by a lot? No. I have a feeling that it's going to be a very competitive game. I see a field goal, possibly a Hail Mary, or a Hail Murray, as we call it in Arizona. The good news is we will be at home. We will have the Red Sea behind us. So it's just hard because playoffs are coming. And like I said, this is a winner go for us, not theoretically, but for us, we need to play this like a winner go home. Arizona 27-24. I have a feeling it's going to be around there. I was going to say 24-21 range for either team. So, but yeah, Twitter's going to be fun. So excited.
Oh, Twitter's going to be fun. So, once again, ladies and gentlemen, Angela Winstead and Teran Rodriguez, y'all. Oh my goodness, great stuff there. I always say strict cutoff time, and here we are freaking getting close to 5 our ball. So I'll make this quick. So really fast, big ups, of course, any given day from all the way from Japan, man. Mr. Yukio Udima, actually the first person into the iSports Radio Hall of Fame. So we have the first and the second one in here right now. Angela, the second one in 2008. So big ups. Get on over. Oh, yeah, I still remember the one. I still remember the one to Hopkins against Buffalo's. Buffalo's absolutely great stuff. Well, with that said, you guys, we're going to go ahead and get into this final voting poll for who you think is going to win tonight's game. And, well, 60% of you are going with the Arizona Cardinals to win this thing tonight. Hey, I'll tell you right now, you're just riding the wave of the team that you really want to see succeed. So I'll tell you right now, you kind of low-key cheer for this team because it's hard to not cheer for them. Teran doesn't like that very much. But I'll tell you what, solid stuff there. The listeners, let's see if they got it right tonight or not. However, it's about that time to get into that face-off score. Once again, big ups to our judge for tonight, Mr. Turban Patriot. Got to show him some love, man. So let's get on into that final scoring for tonight. So, in the X Factor round, Mr. Turban Patriot. Oh, we got another one. Pierre Moss, by the way. You got some fans here from the IE Sports Radio, IE Sports Radio family. Angela, they're cheering you on, man. So cheering on those. Oh, no.
I just love how Teran is wearing a red hat. Can we just point that out that it's red? It may be in LA, but it is red. Thank you.
But it is red. The Red Sea lives. Let me see. No, Teran's like, don't you say that nonsense. But
we with that
red.
I was gonna wear Dodgers cap,
but Teran's like, no, it doesn't.
I didn't want
to. So, with that said, you guys, Turban Patriot will score this bout 10-9 in the X Factor round in favor of Teran Rodriguez. In round 2, in the fire round, Turban Patriot will score this bout 9-9. Oh. This means Angela needed to have a big round in the lightning round, or if not, even if it was a tie, Teran will win this thing. And the final vote is in. Big ups and appreciated, man, to Mr. Jasper Patriot. And yeah, Pierre Moss is here for the fun. So in the final vote, the final round, Turban Patriot scores this thing. But first, make sure to make your way over to the IE Sports Radio shop. Make sure to pick up yourself a Christmas ornament. They're on sale now. So make sure to go show some love. Miss Angela Winstead makes these things, by the way. Hand makes them. Pretty awesome little bulb. Your Christmas tree is not complete without an IE Sports Radio Christmas bulb. Okay? I'm just saying. And maybe there's other ornaments that are meaningful. I understand that. I don't want to say not complete, but you need some IE Sports Radio on your tree. Anyway, with that said, where was I? Anyway, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's winner of the Primetime Face-Off, Turban Patriot, will score this round 10-9 in favor of Angela. Ladies and gentlemen, 28-28. We have ourselves a draw. Not again. We have more draws than your damn dresser at home. I mean, seriously.
We have more draws than an Uno deck.
Yeah.
I don't know where we got two different analogies going on. We got Larry's over here, which is way off in center field, and then just Teran just cut straight to the point. This is what it is.
Oh, you gotta love it. Teran's not agreeing with this now. He's saying, what the hell is going on here? Angela fought, man. You brought it tonight, Angela. That was awesome. It's beautiful. Thank you, Jazz. He's fawning over your work, Angela. Once again, y'all, if you have not purchased one yet, please head on over to, once again, I don't give a crap. This woman right here makes these things, and she makes them good, okay? She spends a lot of time on these. So the IE Sports Radio Christmas bulbs, head on over once again to iesportsradio.com /shop. Purchase yourself an IE Sports Radio Christmas bulb. Miss Angela, of course.
Larry, I'm going to need for you to put the ornament on the tree because you spinning it around and playing with it has got me dying over here.
Look, this is fun, okay? This is fun for me to play with the ornament, okay? I'm sorry. But yes,
you
yeah,
spin me right round, we'll put it right round like
but
a record.
If this is better, Angela, it's stationary. Is it better? Is it better?
So, this is Larry.
Anyway.
The box. Larry's just do.
I know you're playing with the damn thing. I'd be like the worst. I would be the worst hand model ever. Like, can you imagine? Yeah, I would be
my hand.
They both brought it, made it very hard. Great debate. Completely agree. Well, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, awesome stuff. Well, guess what? It's a draw. Tonight was a great one. And, well, that's how this one will end. Teran, where can these diehard Rams fans find you, man?
Right down there on Twitter at Teran Rodriguez1. You could also follow me on Twitter at SoCal Show IESR. That's where the SoCal Supreme Sports Show is my Twitter account, and every Friday at noon Pacific time, for the time being, I'll be doing the SoCal Supreme Sports Show. I also do need to make note of one thing, that we went pretty much the entire debate without Angela calling the Rams the Lambs or the Lamb Chops.
I was being nice,
She was
okay?
being nice.
I shouldn't have said anything.
Do you really? You should know, of all people, I don't like to trash talk until after the game because I never know what's going to happen before.
But trust me, when her team wins, you can't stop her.
I'll bet you're off. I'll bet
Which brings me to the next Twitter handle. Angela, you want to follow this thing, by the way, out there. Ladies and gentlemen,
please.
Of course, Miss Angela Winstead. Angela, where can they find you?
On Twitter at AZCardsPrincess. I'm telling you, I just have fun. Apparently, I'm a comedy show. Should probably get paid for it. I don't know.
Well, I know, right? So like, where's my break off here, though? But hey, great stuff, y'all. Once again, we appreciate you guys for being here tonight. That was awesome. Good luck to the Rams and good luck to the Cardinals tonight from Yukio Dima all the way in Japan. So big ups to one of our biggest fans of IE Sports Radio. Tonight ended in the draw. Great stuff it was. One more time, y'all head on over to www.better Angela. I'm holding it. I'm better, not swinging it around. www.iesportsradio.com/shop. Pick yourself up an IE Sports Radio ornament, special made by Miss Angela Winstead over here. Pick up yourself a hat, some more gear, some shirts, all kinds of cool stuff over there. So show some love, and there you have it, y'all. With that said, Teran is going to be late for his show. We're sorry, Teran. We're sorry. But head on over now.
It was not my fault this time. Let's get it right.
I know, right? It was more my fault. I'm sorry, guys. But head on over to Spreaker.com to check out Set Point. The ladies are getting down right now, man. Tournament is coming to a close. So many great matches coming up. Teran is going to be covering all of those with in-depth. Trust me. You never knew volleyball was this deep until you heard this show. Trust me. So, ladies and gentlemen, head on over. Check out Set Point, man. Amazing stuff. Angela, Teran, it's been real. We appreciate you guys. Enjoy tonight's game. Have a wonderful rest of your evenings. And, of course, God bless you and your families. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. And we'll talk to you guys soon.
All right. Thank you, Larry. I'll be live tweeting with you once I'm done with Set Point.
Oh, yeah. Take care, y'all.
Catch y'all on the flip side.
All righty, y'all. That's going to do it for tonight's show. However, my final win is just, this is it, okay? There's no other way to say this. The Rams have a tree to climb tonight. Is it really? It's not a mountain. It's like a large oak, okay? Is it doable? Of course it's doable. This is a rivalry. These teams hate each other. But at the end of the day, you guys, is it going to happen? Yeah, absolutely. You too, Yukio, have a great Monday Night Football time as well, sir. At the end of the day, you guys, like this is going to be how I'm going to put it down. The Rams are solid. The Cardinals are solid. Who wants it more? Tonight, the Cardinals are at home. They have a pretty solid team, not the worst injuries. Same thing with, well, the Rams are slightly, I don't know, injury-wise, I guess they both have some they both got some hits. However, I got to tell you right now, tonight is just going to be a battle of wills. Can this Cardinals team knock off a Rams team that is coming for every bit of freaking, look, the Rams tonight have one focus, that this is a playoff game, because they can't afford to lose anymore. This NFC is getting way too competitive, way too fast at the end of the season, and well, they know that if they miss it tonight, that might be it. As for the Cardinals, well, we're going to see what this team is made of tonight, because these Rams are going to come full force. On top of that, though, how well they're going to play and also be trying to conserve. This is going to be a close one, but I have faith in them to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going the Cardinals to win this thing tonight, 24-21, in what should be an amazing football game. And we shall see how it goes down, y'all. With that said, I'm your boy, Larry B. You can follow me on Twitter at @THEE_LB53. Once again, that is that, the THEELB53. Got to do that one more time. The THEE_LB53. Give us all a follow on Twitter at IE Sports Radio on Twitter, on Instagram as well at IE Sports Radio. Check out IESportsRadio.com. Make sure to get yourself a bulb at IESportsRadio.com/shop. and all kinds of other IE Sports Radio goodies. And there you have it. So we will see you guys on Thursday night. Got some more great primetime face-offs coming your way. That is it for me tonight. For Teran, for Angela, this is me, your boy Larry B, and I'll see y'all on Thursday. Until then, take care, and as always, God bless.